Last time on Into the Radius.
I'm going on an adventure and you can't stop me. What? What? This was here the whole time? What is 9 by 39? If I there we go. Oh fuck. I found one of your toys out there. I'm keeping it. So that's the one I'm gonna want. Yeesh. Alright, well I'm gonna need to consider this later.
Greetings! Welcome to the shooting range. Before we get started, let's do a quick sound check. Make sure your speakers aren't up too high. Wonderful. So yeah, this is the shooting range. This is outside the actual game. You can access this from the main menu. And it's got a store where you can try out a lot of the stuff in the game for free. Because nothing costs money here. It's like, oh, you want to see what the M9's like? If you haven't done that, you can buy it. And it doesn't come with a mag, so I don't know why I did that. But yeah. A lot of the stuff in here, ooh, they added subsonic ammo to the 9mm. Wonder how much more expensive that is. Been another patch. We'll talk about that in a second. We're here because we have some decisions to make. But yeah, like you can see, I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff here that is locked. I thought presumably because like I haven't bought it in the game proper yet. But at the same time, you have things like I could buy the AKM if I wanted to. I've never even seen an AKM, so I don't know why I'm allowed to use it in the gun range, but I can. I'm not complaining, of course. And that's how an AKM works. It's pretty cool stuff. We are here today because we have some decisions to make. We are going into the castle, and I want to bring some new guns. So I'm here to just get a quick feel for some of the guns that exist. Like, for instance, here's a new friend, the little 9x18, the new 9x18 gun, the whatever you pronounce that as. This thing handles wonderfully. It's got a 19 round capacity. That's one more than the Glock. But it's 9x18, of course. It's a little bit weaker. But if you two-hand this thing, it's a laser beam. There's like no recoil at all. And it's with that mag capacity, yeah, I can see why people like this thing. I do believe it also takes some sort of attachments. But yeah, we have some choices to make going into the castle. You've seen me deliberate over what gun to bring. So I'm going to try out some of the weapons that we have to pick from. Here's our old friend, the PP91, which still handles weird. I don't like it. I think what I have to do is, when I two-hand these short weapons, is hold my hands really far apart. I'm going to let go of the grip now so you can see where my hand actually is. It's out here. Because holding it this close together makes it so unstable. If I just, in my mind, I pretend that it's a longer gun, it makes a more stable sight picture. Still not the best, though. Oh yeah, the recoil's a little bit heavy on this guy. You cannot one-hand the PP91, that is way too much. I do have some 30 round mags for this, so the magazine capacity, you can't buy those at the store, so I can test them here. But I don't know if I like how this feels in general. I think we'll skip this one, even though it works with the suppressor, and that's cool and awesome. Yeet. That'll do. Option number 2 for shotguns. Little old Papa Shot. Handles about the same. It's a little bit longer, actually. It feels better in the hand. Higher fire rate, better caliber. This would be 7.62 by 25. Bigger magazines, of course, because the default ones are, what is this, 30? 35. Huh. That always the case? I'm trying to like not aim too much because I know if I have to use this thing up close, it's gonna be snap shooting. It's gonna be like, oh shit, sliders. So I'm trying to like put myself in my own shoes of when I have to really utilize the full auto function of this thing. Also, the sights are kind of messed up. I'm using left eye rendering now because it looks better up close. But if I aim, you see how there's like no real indication of if I move this thing closer. Boop. A little notch appears. That's how it's supposed to look like. You're supposed to line up that center post with those two ledges on the side. And that's where it's gonna hit. But if I hold it just a little bit further away, that LOD's out of existence, and now I can't see what I'm aiming at. So that's bad. But yeah, aiming with this thing anyway, whatever. So I'm trying to like imagine myself. It feels pretty good. It's got a higher caliber round than the other stuff. At the same time, I don't know. It's hard to use. At the same time, like when things get close, all you really need to do is that. I have two 70-round magazines for it. That's a lot of ammo I can bring up. Another thing I need to try out is, how much ammo did I just spend? That was 4 30-round magazines. It takes the durability down that much. Let's do a quick science test on this guy. Let's throw that out there and get a fresh one. 2 of these magazines equals a drum mag. So if I have 3 extra, that would be like having 2 drum mags. Let's see what this does to the durability of the gun. I'm just going to try to like shoot at stuff meanwhile and see if I can learn how it works. Right. Nice. Not the most promising showing right there. It's got pretty hefty recoil just because of the fire rate. On a single shot basis, it's not that bad. But as soon as you let... yeah. That would demolish a slider or a mimic or anything in between. And that's honestly not too bad. Let's do that again. Ah, there was the first jam. It is doing pretty well. Did I just kill that? Is that what we want? I haven't had I may have had one jam. Over 300 some rounds. That's not bad. Of course, then once it starts, it's horrible. Yeah. Once you get down to the yellows, it's a bad time. But it takes both drum mags to get down there. I can see myself. If I'm going into a place where I'm going to be fairly close to it, pretty tanky enemies, I need to dump a lot of rounds fast. Being able to get over 100 rounds out there without having to worry about, basically without having to worry about reloading. Never mind cleaning the gun. And I'm going to be dry on ammo before the thing starts jamming anyway. Unless, of course, I bring plenty more ammo boxes. I saw that for some reason I can buy the MP5K in the shop. So I figured I'd try out what this thing feels like. It handles the same as the other SMGs now. Can't do anything with the stock. It has 3 firing modes, and this one we got singles. Burst. Same mechanics as the rest. You can reload this thing like one-handed, which is not how it works in real life. The side picture feels a little strange. It's just because the game, the way this game handles 200 weapons, it's strange. The recoil is really manageable. Recoil is very manageable. This thing's a laser beam. See what I mean? You're supposed to, if an MP5 runs out of ammo, you're supposed to have to pull the bolt back and then release it again. But in this game, you can just hit B, and it does it automatically. Which is not realistic, but I'm not complaining. It makes my life a little easier. Look at that recoil. This is way less recoil than the Papa Shot does. Can this thing? Can this thing take attachments? It probably can't take any sights because of the way this thing. It doesn't have like a rail or anything. Can be suppressed. No room for a foregrip attachment, of course, or a front attachment. Yeah, okay. Well, look at this durability go though. That was only 60 or 90. How many mags did I? I don't remember. Yeah, suppressed though. Let's. I want to hear what it sounds like. Ooh, with subsonic ammo. Why would I buy ammo? I have to reload. Ah, damn it. think the bang noise is the hitting. Yeah, it is. That's awesome. Cool gun. God damn, that durability goes. I feel like this is less durable than the Papa's Eyes, which is probably accurate to some measure. I don't know. That's our SMG options. We got some other fun stuff to play with, though. They did something weird with the shotguns in this patch. They have significantly boosted the damage output, reduced the damage fall off, that is how far away it starts dealing less damage, tightened the spread, see that? The fact that I'm even hitting at all with a shotgun at this distance. I know you can't see how I'm aiming, but that doesn't matter so much. That's crazy. That is crazy talk. So you'd think that, like, well, now the option is clear. I was thinking about shotguns before. But, you know, they were so inconsistent that I didn't want to go for it. But you can see how tight the pellet spread is. But people have reported the exact same thing that I encountered before the update, where they're running around with this thing, wreaking havoc, everything dies in like 1 or 2 hits, and it's awesome. And then suddenly it takes 6 shots to kill a spawn. There's something broken with the way this game handles shotguns right now. Hate to say it, but shotguns right now, not work. No.
Once again, by the time you're watching this, that bug's been fixed. Shotguns are awesome. But by the time I was playing this, that was not the case.
But for now, for the castle raid that's coming up, shotgun is a no-go. What I'm very strongly considering is this little guy. Okay, I need to make sure once and for all. When the thing's up, it's unsafe. So you flick that down to be able to pull the trigger. Okay, that's a strange design. Probably gonna bring this little fella. I think they may have fixed the scopes now. I think they said they did. So if I aim at this through a really weird angle, this would not hit before. And it does now. Yep, they fixed the scopes. Awesome, that makes this way more practical than it was a couple of days ago. That's a freaking ricochet. Awesome, that makes this way more useful for my purposes. Same deal here, this doesn't have a slide release button, but also, it's got this thing, not to forget. You can't see it, but I'm doing a fencer stance. Have at you. Wait, what? I think I got hit by my own ricochet. Yep, that's what's happening. Oh lord. Oh no. Well, that's pretty epic. It's pretty stupid, but it's pretty epic. We're like Boneworks in it over here. Yeah, no, this is awesome. I feel comfortable enough, like even with the scope on, like instinct firing this thing. Well, kind of, I suppose. Need to mind that recoil is pretty hard. Yeah, the recoil is what's gonna mess me up if I do that. I'm just imagining again, case of like, oh, slider incoming. You do have to two-hand reload this. At least for the magazine part. And then, pretty cool stuff. And while this can't be suppressed, I think there is subsonic ammo for it now, so that makes it at least a little bit quieter. That's a jam already. That's not great. That was, what, 90 rounds in? And I get my first jam. Well, 90 rounds is a lot. When this thing 2 shots mimics, and the problem is it's, what, 4 shots is lighter, probably, my guess. Then, of course, we have our wonderful little boy. The A as well. Look at the semi and full auto. Pro tip about Russian guns. It has 3, the fire selector has 3 modes. You can have up, middle, and down. Up is safe, middle is full, and down is semi. So if you have it on safe, and suddenly enemies appear, you just flick it down 1 notch, and you're good to go. But then if you know you have to be more precise, you flick it down again. And that's your semi-auto. They have different priorities than the Americans. And the Europeans. And the Chinese. This thing can, of course, take the PSO1, which is awesome and a little bit stupid. Now that scopes are fixed, that's, of course... Oh, weird. Hold up. Holding gun, it's quite wiggly. I can do very quick maneuvers with it. Putting the scope on it. Two-handing it. Now it's all spaghetti. You see that? I'm wiggling my hands back and forth as the same rate as before. They have built in some sort of really crazy steadiness for the scope, I guess it is. What else can take a PSO1? The Tiger can? Yep. This sounds the same way. It gets really, really slow when you're two-handing it with a scope on. I get it. That means I don't have the virtual stock on right now, and you can see how steady and smooth this side picture is. I could hit a squirrel at this distance. That's weird. That's super weird and interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. So if you do want to be precise, slapping a PSO1 on will certainly do that. And now that the parallaxing is not a problem, that's actually kind of an interesting prospect. Bullet drop's pretty harsh. That's okay. This is without the virtual stock on. This is just how smooth this is. Thanks to the scope being on. It's crazy. I can try one-handing it and see if you can see the difference. Yeah, you can. Look at that. Now I'm resting one of my hands on top of my other arm. Keeping as steady as I was before, but look at that. I did not know this game did that. I didn't think it was going to be tied to an attachment. That's really interesting. I learned something today. That's why we're here. That's why I'm at the gun range. I think, though, if I was going to run with the Val, I would not use the PSO1. Because the zoom is just crazy. And now I know it turns you into spaghetti. I feel like it's more suited as a medium range weapon. So it can take the Cobra sight. Not as good at those. Ooh, that's a problem. If you grab the magazine too close to the gun, it like puts it back in. So you kind of want to be a little bit further down. That's something I could get used to. There we go. Zooming a little bit high. Oh, right. I hear that this round, the 9x39, is absurdly powerful. I think it might be the second strongest round in the game after the Mosin Tiger round. I don't know how strong that is, but the fact that I can put that many shots downrange that fast without even having to aim, because it's very stable, it's very easy to instinct shoot. It's got a decent magazine capacity at 20. And this did not do too much to the durability. That was 80, I think, rounds. Right, let's put it to the test. Let's make sure. Yeet. I now have a fresh Val, full condition, with 100 rounds, 200 rounds worth of magazines. 10 mags. 10 mags. Let's see what this does. That's going to be problematic. The reloading is going to be problematic. I could be going through the kill house doing this. That's a thing. You know, it's got one of those timed things. Call of Duty style. You push a button, it starts a timer, you go through hitting the targets, and then get a score at the end. But I can't bother. That's 100 rounds. 120. 140. 160. 180. And 200. That puts us barely in yellow. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, there it is. 200 rounds. 205 is when I first needed to cock the bolt. Okay, that wasn't even. That was another gem. Mag's so small I can't tell the difference. Of course, if it is as powerful as people say it is, then I'm still imagining two-shotting mimics with this. So the fact that I can only get like 10 mimic kills out of one magazine, yeah, that's still freaking great. Yeah, that was another gem. So 3 jams. 3 jams over the next 100 rounds. That was 200 rounds without jamming, and then another 100 rounds with 3 jams. That's good. That is a great showing both from the Val and from the SKS there. But it occurs to me, I love that saying, you notice that? This thing with this thing handles really well too, though. On single, thanks to the how ridiculously smooth it becomes. I could see myself using this at range as well. Like how far is this? This is like. This is probably around the distance I would have normally whipped out my Mosin, isn't it? I don't know, it's a little bit closer actually, I think, if those were human sized. But still, I would not use my pistol at this range. So let's see what we get here. Moving with my left eye, so I'm a little bit. This is gonna be a little wonky. See the difference in shading on the. See how saturated that red looks compared to how it actually looks? That's weird. Okay, bullet drops. A little severe. The travel speed's pretty crazy too. See that? Very slow round. With quite a, oh, it's looking through. Oh yeah, that's how it's done. Now this is pod racing. I don't think I would use this at range as powerful as it may be. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The thing that I kind of get tempted by imagining doing. What if I bought the SKS for long range engagements with this little lovely scope? This isn't nearly as dampened as the PSO1, but it doesn't need to be. I feel very steady with this as well. Take that for long range engagements. Take this for short range engagements. 2 primary weapons. Is that overkill? Yes, it is. But gosh, I'm tempted because I want to go into these next couple missions with brand new guns. I'm probably still gonna be using my Glock because that's my workhorse. It's my go-to. It's my bae. But I have that, and I could be using both. Because I have some amount of bullets and magazines for this thing. This thing, I have, I think, 1 magazine worth of bullets, and I need to buy the mags too. But I could at least bring, that. And if it is as strong as they say, if I can, 3-shot sliders with this bastard, which I could easily do it at the range that they show up, that'd be pretty cool. Then again, I should be expecting a lot of enemies, not just strong enemies. So what if there's 100 sliders in the castle? Then what? Then I would need 300 rounds. It's a conundrum. It is a conundrum, it is. But we've now established at least that the Papasha is not gonna jam up on me before I've fired off both drum mags. That puts that in a really strong slot for close quarters weapon. And both the Val and the SKS are gonna do pretty well at range. I'm imagining climbing up that broken building in Komarova and sniping everything down there from up there. One of these two is gonna be doing that for me. Not that. I don't have you. This thing is what used to be up in the crane. You used to get a really bad condition, like a red condition Tiger rifle for going up there with the PSO1 scope. They changed it though when they remade the crane. That's no longer the case. I think there's a Mosin up there now, someone said. I'm now going to sit down for a while and think about what I learned here today. I'll see you back at Vanno. I did a real stupid thing here. Let's see if this is still active. It probably has changed. There was an artifact run for a steps artifact, and that was lying here this whole time. So let's go do that. I caught myself in the edit looking through the missions, picking up the artifact saying, oh, that's a steps, and then keep going, and then not realizing that's exactly what it said. I can't close the... Oh, right. It's grip now. They changed it so it's not trigger, it's grip. It's gonna take some getting used to. $500. Okay, that puts us on a little better foot. I guess it's a good idea to never ever sell artifacts because they don't degrade. So if you ever find like I wouldn't sell a region anyway. I actually have a region. No, I would never sell a region. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never sold a region in my life. Spawn course? Huh, cute. Anyway, I'm almost back up to 10,000. Have they fixed the pen yet? Have they fixed the pen yet? Yes, they've fixed the pen again. Thank you. Excellent. How much does a flashlight weigh? 1/4 kilogram. If I ever become over encumbered again, I'm throwing this bastard away. I don't remember last time I used this, except maybe to clear grass with. Anyway, okay, back on track. Oh my god, this place is a mess. What happened? I think first things first. I think I will bring cleaning supplies this time, just in case. You never know. That's not a lot left, but it'll do for a quick brush up. I'm pretty sure. Didn't I sell that scope? I thought I sold that. Did I have 2 of them? I don't remember what happened last time. That's all just a blur. Anyway, what are these? 762 by 54 hours. That's Mosin ammo. Ah, I see. I threw away my box. I'm guessing the Mosin's full. These are probably all... Yeah, they're all loaded. Let's stash away some knives. I'm not going to use all of these. Haven't fixed that. That's okay. It's funny. Funny jank is a good thing. Okay. What is this? 5.56. 5.45, I believe, is AK-74. This, I think, is SKS ammo. So I've got 40 of that. That would go into that. These would go into this. Let's fold this back in. Jesus. Okay. I'm probably gonna use this, so I'm gonna see what the ammo switch is like. That's 1 long mag. Would I, if I was gonna bring the SKS, bring an extra magazine? Or lose ammo? I like reloading those magazines on the fly, but there's the durability to think of now too. Apparently they tweaked that in this patch. It's not gonna... The durability for magazines doesn't kick in as fast, and it's lessened overall, so it shouldn't be so bad. But we'll see, I guess. I'll just bring a box. If I'm gonna use this, I'll bring a box. I don't think I'll be using the SKS and the ASVAL. I'll probably bring one of them this mission and the other the next mission. So probably SKS now, and then I'll bring the Val to the mines, because goodness, I have no idea what is to be expected there. So that leaves this guy. We already determined in the firing range that this isn't... wait, do I have to grab it? Oh, wow, that's... Okay. I think this is being subjected by physics. If I push the magazine release, which, by the way, this thing also doesn't have a mag release on the right hand, but video games. That's funny. I like your funny words. I have to shake it loose. That's funny. I don't think that happens with the short mags. Nope, they just fall like they're supposed to. You know what the tragic part is? I've spent so much time doing shit like this in base in this playthrough that you haven't seen, because when I edit this, I'm like, I sat there for 15 minutes playing with magazines. This is boring. I'm cutting all of it out. That's pretty funny, though. Oop, no. It's interesting to have... This is the first time I've experienced this in a VR game. That a magazine actually kind of sticks and you have to do the flick to... Because you see that in games all the time, you know, when you reload and they go... Yeah. I actually kind of have to do that to get this thing out if I want it to drop. If that's not on purpose, it should be. It feels interesting. And look at it, like it almost even looks realistic. It sort of like hangs for a bit and then dangles a little, and depending on the angle, it just rolls out. Anyway, where was I? Let's put you away for now, you beautiful thing. You're so pretty. I love you. No, like that. You go down here. That's fine. That works. Thank you. Do have me some ammo for this, so I might as well. This is about enough to fill one magazine. Holy crap. That's one of the arguments for using the PP91. Look at how much ammo I have for that. That entire shelf could go into that, and it's 2 long magazines. And it's extra other magazines, so that wasn't even left that in that anyway. I really don't know exactly how I'm supposed to go about doing this. I kind of don't want to buy more 760. I thought I had more, to be honest. 157. 700 plus... What's the half of 700? 1,100? Did I count that right? I think I just arrived that it would be $1,100 to fill these 2 magazines. Or actually, no, to fill one of them. Because they only counted one mag, because the other is practically full. That's 1,000 out of my 9,000. So if I wanted to do something like buy an extra SKS mag, or even worse, buy a Val mag, because I don't have any, I need to spend at least 1,500 to get to use that weapon at all. Phew. Can't believe we haven't fixed this yet. There you go. I know I made a deal about going to the castle next, and that's why I started up the mission before I ended the last video. I'm gonna make some more money. You know what's gonna happen. I might not even show any of this. Aww. That just put a spanner in my works. That was supposed to be a quick one. I used to be kind of scared of those guys. That's adorable. Every single one of them dropped a core. That's incredible. Hey, they fixed the probe throwing as well. Excellent. That was a little bit straining last time to have to wind back so far to get them to go. Artifact, perhaps, while we're at it. That was an easy one. Just walk straight in. And other steps. Update of the year 2021. Alright, let's get us some spawn course. Come on. Use some spawns. Come here, spawns. I know there's like 50 of you out here. None. For real? Well, what the hell? Okay, how about the two over here? That guy's on top of a rock. They look scary when they're just standing still like that. Look how freaky that stance is. It's like an angry spider. You know when they like rear up? Of course that's the one that drops a core. Can I even? Did I just screw myself? Well, if that can get up there, surely so can I. Yes, I can. I'm a rock climber now. By the way, I learned something pretty incredible about the artifact detector. Check this out. Quiet. The damn thing has a mute button. I had no idea. Someone on the Discord was like, I accidentally turned off my artifact detector. And I'm like, what do you mean accidentally turn off? What? Ah, really? Huh. Shouldn't be surprised at this point. And then someone else reported a bug that theirs had stopped working. So I was like, wait, there's gotta be a thing. And sure enough, you press B while you hold it and it's quiet. The damn thing has a mute button all this time. Really? Nothing? I've spent 11 rounds on spawns now. And none of them have dropped a damn core. Well, one of them dropped a core. There's more of them in here somewhere. I keep thinking it's always going to take 2 shots, so whenever it doesn't, I just waste a round. Thank you. That took longer than I thought it would. Well, there's an anomaly field, isn't it? Cool. Okay, well I got what I came for. Let's bail. That took like 10 times longer than I thought it was going to. I know there's some people out there who, if they were watching this, they would go absolutely insane. Because I'm like, I'm just gonna go out doing some quick missions to get some more money. And then they'd be like, Rocks, why on earth are you bringing a 9x19 weapon when you have like 1500 rounds of 9x18 single round and the guns for it, and yet you're using a Glock to kill spawns? That is a waste of money. And they are absolutely right. It just might also be the case, a little bit, that I may be dragging this out for my own pleasure. I may be playing a little bit more of this before I go to what I know is gonna be, I think, the last 2 missions. Pretty sure it's the castle and then the mines, judging by how things sound and such. So maybe I'm just trying to squeeze as much out of this as I can before it's over. Of course, then we have the next update that's gonna be yeah, one of the future updates that's gonna remake the game, rebalance the missions, redo the map, and then I'm gonna be back in it again. But, you know, until then, apparently these take a photo of things. They don't have to be alive. A friend of mine got one for a spawn and they killed it and took a photo of the dead one and it was fine. So that makes this a little bit more appealing. $1,000 to kill a slider, minus whatever 200 for the camera. Let's sell some junk. Probably should never sell artifacts. I'm gonna sell this. But hey, back up to 9,000. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no. Ah, more bugs afoot. Right. That's gonna be problematic. Oh boy. This game and its shenanigans. You know what, flashlight, you've served your purpose. Guess I'm not bringing any cleaning supplies today. I will actually take one of these though, just in case. Just in case. I get the feeling that this is all completely unnecessary. But I choose not to care. You know what my motto's been this entire time? It didn't start out as a motto, but it sure has become one. Better safe than sorry. Okay. It is finally time. For real this time. Greetings! Welcome to the shooting range. Before we get started, let's do a quick sound check. Make sure your speakers... God damn it. Greetings! Welcome to the shooting range. Before we get started, let's do a quick sound check. Make sure your speakers aren't up too high. Oh, lag spike. Fuck, let's try that again.